what are your plans for data analysis?
I teach statistics, so I always like to look into the quantitative method if you're doing the quantitative research. I also do qualitative research, so there are multiple methods in qualitative research when you analyze the data. So for quantitative research, you might want to look into what are the independent variables, what are the dependent variables, what are the level of measurements for the independent variables as well as for the dependent variable. Because the statistics are based on the level of measurements of the independent and dependent variable. And then once you understand it, then you can identify the appropriate statistics to conduct the analysis. For the qualitative approach, there are many methods to analyze the data. For example, grounded theory, G-R-O-U-N-D-E-D, grounded theory. It's one approach to analyze the data. And you might want to use constant comparison, content analysis, okay, and analyze the qualitative data, and then give you very good data. Then you can draw a conclusion.
So, what are you going to do with the findings?
Well, my job is as a professor to conduct research. And secondly, if I don't publish, I'm perished. That means I will lose my credibility. What are professors doing? They're supposed to do research. If you don't publish them, people don't know that you are doing research. So the first thing is that I will publish my research as soon as I can. Because when research is completed, they're sitting there and then it becomes outdated. Secondly is that I also present my data and my findings in major conferences. So people will learn that things that I finish. Also, I went to agencies, local agencies, to share with them my data. Okay, the reason I share with them my data because the data can be helpful to them. For example, there was an Asian needs assessment study that I did on mental health issues, and I identified each Asian ethnic group what is the prevalence of the depressive symptom. Very alarming. I found Vietnamese has the highest depressive symptom compared to the other ethnic groups. Okay, so the agency would be very interested to know about this because when they find this information, they need to write a proposal to the government. We need to address this problem. Okay. Now the question I ask you, you might think about why Vietnamese has the highest depressive symptom prevalence rate, because they have dual trauma. One, they had war. Okay. Secondly, what? Hurricane from Katrina. Many of them are in the coastal area. So they have. Remember when Katrina, I went to Austin, okay, and that was a trauma to me. If I double trauma, my depression rate goes up significantly.
So, in terms of the acupressure study, what would you say the limitation of that study?
The limitations is are quite a few. Okay, first of all, can my findings be generalized to a larger population? So it depends who will be included in the subjects. Okay, can I make a generalization? Now, if this is only for Asian, then can you draw a generalization to the non-Asian population using acupressure? Okay, so what I want to say is that this might be the opposite. When I visit the College of Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine, most of the acupuncturists are non-Asian. They are very interested in using acupuncture, and then many clients are non-Asians. Okay, and to me is that I find this is very alarming. The other limitations that I have is that will the situation or the condition that you conduct the experiment be used similar to other locations? So I have to be very careful. Who are the subjects in the study? If they are all Asian, can I draw a conclusion based on the Asian to other non-Asian? The second limitation, I would say, how about the situation where we conduct the experiment? Okay, is it only in Houston? Can I make generalization from the subject in Houston that I can use the data and then draw inferences to make inference to other cities, such as in other cities, San Francisco, New York, New Orleans, etc. Sometimes I would like to say the third limitation is that the subject can be skewed or biased. Okay, that means the subject can be self-selected. Okay, because you ask them whether they are interested in participating, so that would be self-selected. Okay, and therefore self-selection may have some limitation. The background may not be homogeneous. Therefore, we have to be very careful.
So what would be your next step after the study? Like you said, you go to different conferences, you publish. What would be the next step?
Well, the next step is that to me, if I conduct a study, that would be a small study. So the next step, I would seek money from federal government to fund me for a bigger study. And for example, I can go to RO3 that they request for about $250,000 to fund a pilot study. And then after I finish this pilot study, I can ask the federal government give me $400,000 to conduct a bigger study. As a result, that will keep the research data more enriched, and then therefore other people can replicate the same approach. The other thing I would like to do is that I would think about, based on my current findings, based on my finding from the study, how can I expand this study more to look into the variances being accounted for. Now, when I say variances, that means what contributions, what percentage, how can I increase the percentage of contribution to the dependent variable. For example, acupuncture or acupressure may only contribute a very small part of the reduction of depression. Okay, there are other variables, so you might want to research more. It's never ending. Another study that I had was that I did the needs assessment for the Asian population on depressive symptoms. I did one in 2000, and I just did one on 2008. So there will be another cohort coming up in 8 years. So 2016, I might do another one. So it never stops. So therefore, we keep going, keep going. You have to think about this is not a job. This is something that you're interested to do, is a passion. If you have a passion, then you want to pursue the study. This is not a chore. This is something that you enjoy. The reason I come to work, because I come every day, I don't think I come to work. I have fun. Work is play. So I come here, basically find something that I love to do. I have a passion.
Thank you, Dr. Leung, and we are looking forward to your publication on the acupressure study. And thank you again for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you.